Hello everybody and welcome to today's lesson at the Butterfly Princess Academy where curiosity takes flight and wisdom wears wings. Today we're going to be learning about the Yorkshire Dales. Today's lesson is entitled The Yorkshire Dales, a tapestry of history, geology and cultural heritage. Here goes. Introduction. A landscape of legends and layers. The Yorkshire Dales, a sprawling mosaic of valleys, moors and limestone cliffs, is a place where time itself seems etched into the earth. Stretching across North Yorkshire and Cumbria, this national park is a living archive of England's natural and human history. Imagine standing atop Malham Cove where 330 million years of geological drama unfolds beneath your feet, or wandering through the ghostly ruins of Fountains Abbey where medieval monks once chanted vespers and the clatter of wool production. The Dales are not merely scenic, they are a sensory journey through Viking conquest, glacial upheavals and the quiet resilience of farming communities. Yet this fragile paradise faces modern pressures. How can a landscape shaped by ice axes and mosaic wealth withstand and the footsteps of millions of tourists? Let us delve into the Dale's secrets, where every dry stone wall tells a story, and every waterfall echoes with folklore. Historical deep dive from Viking raids to mosaic empires. Viking architects of the Aegean soul. In the 9th century, Norse longships pierced England's eastern shores, and Viking warlords carved the Dales into a patchwork of farmsteads in Dales valleys. Their legacy is written in the land itself. Swargale and Wensleydale derive from Old Norse, while the ing suffix in villages like Single marks their settlements. Vikings introduced the open field system, dividing land into communal strips for oats, barley and hardy sheep, a practice that birthed the Dales' pastoral identity. But their most enduring intervention was the dry stone wall. Built to corral livestock and claim territory, these walls followed ancient ley lines, some said to be guarding burial sites of Viking chieftains. Local law whispers of hobthrush, a mischievous spirit who rearranges stones at night, a metaphor for the world's internal impermanence. Medieval monasteries, God, rule and power. By the 12th century, the Cistercian monks of Fountains Abbey transformed the Dales into Europe's wool powerhouse. Their garage system, a network of sacile farms, industrialised sheep rearing with flocks numbering in the tens of thousands. The monks' genius lay in hydrology. They delivered the river scale to power, fueling mills, creating a proto-industrial complex that clothed medieval Europe. Meanwhile, Bolton Castle, completed in the year 1399, loomed as a fortress of feudal authority. built by Sir Richard Lasgrave, Lord Chancellor to Richard II. Its 2,000-acre estate epitomised the symbolism of defence and agriculture. During the Pilgrimage of Grace that took place in 1536, rebels stormed its gates, foreshadowing the dissolution of the monasteries, a systematic shift that scattered the Dales' mosaic wealth into the hands of gentry. Now, the dissolution of the monasteries was far up and carried out during the reign of Henry VIII. This is when, during his marriage to Anne Boleyn, he broke from Rome and pronounced himself head of the Church of England. Geological marvels, ice, water, and limestone alchemy, glacial sculptures, the Ice Age's masterpiece. The Dales' iconic landscapes were born in fire and ice. During the period, tropical seas laid down limestone later uplifted by tectonic collisions. But it was the ocean dilation of 26,000 to 10,000 BCE that sculptured the Dales into a dramatic theatre of cliffs and gorges. Imagine ice sheets 1,000 feet thick, grinding valleys into U-shaped troughs, while meltwater turrets carved Gordale Scar, a savage ravine where waterfalls plunge between limestone walls. The ice's retreat left behind erotic boundaries like the 200-ton boulders stretched like forgotten chess pieces. Limestone, the Dales' living bones. The park's limestone bedrock is a labyrinth of secrets. At Malham Cove, a prehistoric river once throgging over, the cliff leaving a polished pavement of clients and features fissures teeming with rare form like heartstones and walrus. Nearby Gappingill is a subterranean wonder, a 322-foot pothole where fellback vanishes into the earth, re-emerging at Ladderbrook Cave after a 12-mile underground journey. These crash systems are ecological arts, sheltering blind shrimp and bats, but limestone is fragile. Acidic rain dissolves it at 1.1 millimeters yearly, a slow motion balance of erosion. The Ice Age's echoes in modern ecology. Post-glacial peat bogs like those in upper carbon belts and biodiversity hotspots. Here, sand dunes trap insects in dewy beds and golden plovers nest in heather. Yet climate change threatens these relics. Warming temperatures drive the bogs, releasing stored CO2. The Dales' geology is not just history; it's a climate clock. It's a climate clock ticking. Cultural heritage, stone stories, and the art of survival. Dry stone walls, the veins of the Dales. The Dales' 8,000 miles of dry stone walls are a testament to human tenacity. Built without mortar, each wall is a puzzle of interlocking gritstones and limestones designed to flex with frost heave. The Yorkshire Guide style features thorn stones, anchor slabs and coping stones, a top layer method passed down through generations. In Swinedale, walls curve like serpents to navigate glacial debris, while in latitude they echo medieval terrains for crops. But these walls are more than boundaries, they're communal art. Annual walking competitions in Kettlewell draw masters who can build a metre of wall in 20 minutes. Their hammers tapping a rhythmic ode to heritage. Field bands and the rhythm of rural life. Scattered across the fells fields bands locally cow users are the Dales architectural signature. These 18th century structures with stone roofs and timber haylofts allowed farmers to overwinter cattle without trekking to distant homesteads. Each band's placement reveals engineering logic, positioned to catch morning sun, shelter from prevailing winds, and align with roads, drovers' paths in upper Walkdale. The barn cycle dictated life, haymaking in July, sheep shearing in August, and winter repairs by rushlight. Today, many barns stand dialect, their collapse symbolising the decline of traditional farming, a lost activist fight via the Curran Heritage Trust grants. Folklore, boggart saints and hidden gold. The Dales myths are as layered as its strata. Algorith's Falls is haunted by the phantom horse, a stead said to draw singers in its whirlpool. In Chapel Gale, the Devil's Church, a cave beneath allegedly hosted satanic masses. More benign is Sir Simon's Wall in Kettlewell, where pilgrims once sought curses for rheumatism. Yet the most tantalising legend is Norse gold, buried beneath Yankowick Stone Circle, an authoric site repurposed by Vikings. Metal detectors hum here through locals warn the Dales keep their secrets. Accessibility spotlights, bridging nature and inclusion. Trails for all, rewriting the narratives. For decades, the Dales' beauty was a privilege of the able-bodied. No longer. The National Park authorities, miles without skills, initiative has transformed access with 40 graded routes ranging from lakeside strolls to wheelchair-friendly hill trails. The Ribblehead Viaduct Trail, for instance, offers tactile models for visually impaired visitors, while Malham Cove's top platform provides panoramic views without the scramble. Technology meets traditions. Apps like Dales Explorer use augmented reality to overlay Viking settlements onto modern landscapes, while acoustic guides at Hard Rock Force translate waterfall roars into vibrations for deaf visitors. Even the Wensleydale Railway has joined the movement, retrofitting carriages with ramps and sensory-friendly compartments. The Royal Touch. In 2022, the Duchess of Cambridge, who is now the Princess of Wales, Catherine, the wife of William, championed Adventure for All, a programme training guides in adaptive hiking Water, England's second largest natural natural lake, veterans with PTSD now kayak alongside therapy dogs, a fusion of nature and healing. The Gale says a local guide, Martha Peel, are not a museum. They're a living space and everyone deserves to feel that life. Tourism and preservation, walking the tightrope, heroism when culture drives commerce. The Gale's tourism economy thrives on authenticity. At the Wensleydale Creamery, visitors need cheese curds in 17th century style vats, while Gale Mill, a Georgian sawmill powered by a 22-foot water wheel, hosts blacksmithing workshops, seasonal festivals steeping ties. The Swan Gale Festival pairs beach woven with sheepdog trails and horse rope making fair revives the town's hemp weaving past. Over tourism's beauty's double-edged sauce. Honeypot sites buckle under pressure. Malham sees 750,000 visitors annually, trampling raw alpine thickfur and clogging lanes with cars. In 2021, the Yorkshire Dales Millennial Trail collapsed after erosion, a stark reminder of fragility. Solutions are innovative but contentious. Peak day parking fees, AI-driven ground forecasts for hikers, and quiet zones where footpaths close for ecological rest. We wilding Western Belong League. Charities like Wild Emmerdale are reinforcing beavers to manage reintroducing beavers to manage flooding, while peatland restoration locks away 3.7 million tonnes of CO2 annually. Farmers, once sceptical, now partnering carbon farming, swapping subsidies for welding grants. It's not about spanking tradition, says ecologist Tom Herman, but letting the land teach us new ways. Case study, use cheese crowds and compromise. Use a postcard perfect village thrives on its Wensleydale cheese farm, but fame has cost. 2,000 daily visitors overwhelm its 800 residents. The community's response, a good neighbour charter, parking permits for locals, cheese profits funding, affordable housing and a silent tower where shops dim lights for sensory relief. It's a model of trade-offs proving sustainability is possible but never easy. Conclusion. The Gale Skylammer, preservation versus pulse. The Yorkshire Dales are a paradox, a landscape shaped by human hands, yet wild enough to humble the soul. Their dry stone walls and mosaic ruins are not relics but living threads in a tapestry still being woven. The challenge is clear: how to welcome the world without eroding the essence that draws it. Ethical travellers checklist, stay local, book ecologies like Kipling Hall or bus tubs past yurts which fund footpath repairs. tread lightly, stick to marked trails. Alpine flora can take decades to recover from a single misstep. Learn the law. Attend a dry stone walling workshop or folklore walk, understanding forest respect. Final thought. As the settling sun glides the Ribblehead Viaduct, casting its arches into silhouette. Remember, the Gales are not a playground. They are a chronicle, a sanctuary, the responsibility. To visit is to become part of their story, a story we must ensure does not end with us. Right, so questions and answers about the Yorkshire Dales. So number one, what geological processes shape the Yorkshire Dales' most iconic landmark, such as Malham Cove and Gordale Scar? Answer. The Dales' dramatic landscapes were forged by glacial activity during the last ice age. Ice sheets carved U-shaped valleys like melt water eroded limestones feature to form features like Malham Cove, a 260 million year old cliff, once part of a prehistoric waterfall. Gordale Scar, a narrow gorge with cascading waterfalls was split by glacial meltwater, exploiting fractures in the limestone. Over millennia, acidic rainwater dissolved the limestone, creating crash landscapes with canvases, for example, gapping gill and pavements. Next question. How did Viking settlers influence the landscape of the Yorkshire Dales? Answer. Vikings arriving in the 9th century introduced open field farming and pastoral practices that defined the Dales' agricultural identity. They established settlements marked by Old Norse names, and divided land into communal strips for crops and grazing. Their legacy includes the earliest literations of dry stone walls built to manage livestock and claim territory. These walls evolved into the intricate network seen today, symbolising the Vikings' lasting impact on land management. Question 3. What are dry stone walls Why are dry stone walls culturally significant to the Yorkshire Dales? Answer. The Dales' 8,000 miles of dry stone walls built without mortar are both practical and symbolic. During the Enclosure Act, during the 18th and 19th centuries, they democrat fields shelter livestock and reflect communal labour. Folklore claims some walls follow ancient ley lines or Viking burial paths. Today they represent resilience, enduring harsh weather and embodying craftsmanship, celebrated in annual walling competitions. Their collapse due to declining farming traditions has spurred conservation efforts as they are seen as the veins of Dale's cultural identity. Question 4. What role did medieval mosaic art what roles did monastic orders play in the Dales' economy? Answer. Monks, particularly at Fountains Abbey, UNESCO site, industrialised sheep farming in the 12th century. They established mosaic farms and engineered water systems to power wool processing mills, transforming the Gales into Europe's wool hub. Their flocks of Swingale sheep supplied wool for continental markets, funding the dissolution of the monasteries in 1539. Monastic lands passed to gentry, but their interventions laid the groundwork for the Gales' pastoral economy. Question 5. How is the Yorkshire Dales National Park addressing over-tourism? Answer. Strategies include visitor quotas, timed entry systems at hotspots like Waterfalls Trail, eco-friendly infrastructure, biodegradable electric shuttle buses, and leave no trace campaign. Rewilding projects like Wild Enigale restores peat bogs to combat flooding and sequester carbon. Community partnerships. Towns like Hughes renovate tourism revenue into affordable housing and local business. The goal is to balance preservation with economic survival, ensuring tourism doesn't erode the landscape's integrity. Question 6. What makes the Yorkshire Dales a unique destination for accessible tourism? Answer. Initiatives like Miles Without Skills provide graded trails for wheelchair users and visual impaired visitors. Key examples: Ribblehead Viaduct, tactile models and audio guides explain its Victorian engineering. Malham Cove, a wheelchair accessible platforms offer panoramic views without the steep climb. Sensory-friendly programmes. The Wensleydale Railway offers quiet carriages, while Hard-Drew Force provides vibration-based guides for deaf visitors. The Duchess of Cambridge, who is now the Princess of Wales, Adventure for All programme further promotes adaptive equipment and guides trained in inclusivity. Question 7. What are the ecological challenges facing the Gales and how are they being addressed? Answer. Peat-led degradation, drying bogs release stored CO2 and threaten species like golden plover. Climate change, increased rainfall, erodes footpaths and destabilises limestone. Solutions. Peatland restoration. The Yorkshire Peat Partnership has re-wetted 35,000 acres since 2009. Rewelding. Reintroduce beavers in Northern manage water flow naturally. Carbon farming. Farmers receive grants to adapt to low intensity grazing and plant native trees. Question 8. How do local legends and folklore contribute to the Gales' cultural heritage? Answer. Folklore breathes life into the landscape. At Aglyth Falls, Peterhead has a ghostly stag said to drown singers in its whirlpool. The Devil's Church, a cave between linked to distant rituals. St. Simon's Well, a sacred spring in Kettlewell believed to cure animals. These tales pass through generations, connect communities to the land and attract cultural tourism. Events like folklore walks and storytelling festivals keep these traditions alive. Question 9. What is the significance of fields barns in the Yorkshire Dales? field barns are 18th century stone structures used to store hay and shelter livestock. Their strategic placements aligning with sunlight and drovers paths reflect pre-industrial farming logic. Many feature households, arch openings for ventilation, mullioned windows for light. Though over 6,000 remain, their decline mirrors the shift to modern farming. Conservation groups like the Heritage Trust repair barns as symbols of agrarian history and biodiversity heavens for barn owls and swallows. Question 10. How has Hearts Village balanced tourism with preserving its heritage? Answer. Yours home of Wensleydale cheese implies a good neighbour charter. Parking permits prioritise residents over tourists. Cheese profits from community projects including a local school and footpath repairs. Silent towers reduce sensory overload in shops and pubs. The village also limits tour bus access and promotes off-season visits to distribute tourist traffic sustainably. Question 11. What architectural evidence remains of the Gales' ancient inhabitants? Ecological, right. My favourite, right, I won't read that one, real minute, because what is Wensleydale cheese? Why is Wensleydale cheese emblematic of the Gales' cultural identity? Answer. Wensleydale cheese dates to the 12th century when Cistercian monks used sheep's milk for a crumbly tangy cheese. After the dissolution of the monasteries, farmers adapted the recipes using cow's milk. Nearly extinct in the 1990s, it was revived by the Youth Creamery, which now hosts cheese-making demos and tastings. Its resurgence symbolises the Gales' blend of tradition and innovation, tying agriculture to tourism. Question 13. How does the Yorkshire Dales geology influence its biodiversity? Answer. Limestone's grasslands support rare species like eyebright and mountain pansy get limestone fishes, shelter ferns and hay meadows in Swaledale, managed by traditional hay cutting schedules, host globe flowers and marsh orchids. However, limestone, thin soil and susceptible to erosion make these ecosystems fragile, requiring careful conservation to maintain biodiversity. Question 14. What sustainable tourism practices can visitors adapt in the Gales? Answer. Stay on marked trails to protect fragile flora. Use public transport. The Gales bus network reduces traffic congestion. Support local businesses. Buy artisan cheese. Attend village fairs or stay in eco lodges. Volunteer. Join National Trust clean-up days or peatland restoration projects. Sustainable travel. Ensure the Gales remain unspoiled for future generations. Final question for reflection. Right, so 1 minute. Can the Yorkshire Dales landscape and traditions survive the pressure of modernity, and what lessons do they offer for global conservation efforts? Answer. The Dales' future hinges on balancing heritage with innovation, embracing ecotourism while reviving ancient practices like dry stone walling. Their story underscores the importance of community-led conservation, proving that even in the face of climate change and tourism, landscapes can thrive when humans work with nature, not against it. Rhetorical questions and insights for Yorkshire Dales. 1. What ancient tales do the winds whisper through the limestone pavements of Malham Cove? Insights. The limestone pavements of Malham Cove are geological storytellers, formed over 300 million years ago as tropical seabeds. Their clints, flat stones, and gherkins fissures hold fossils of ancient marine life. Glaciers later polished these rocks, leaving scars that guided Viking settlers and medieval shepherds. Today, raw ferns like hart's tongue cling to Gork as well. The wind carries echoes of Celtic druids. Norse chieftains and romantic poets like Wordsworth, who found inspiration in their stark beauty. The stone silence bellies a saga of survival of rock flora and human ingenuity. 2. Can the crumbling dry stone walls truly contain the legacy of 1,000 years of farming? Insight. These walls, built without mortar, are monuments to communal labour and adaptation. Vikings began stacking stones to claim land. The Enclosure Act synthesised them. Each wall embodies a farmer's intimate knowledge of local stone and slope. Yet, as farming modernises, 20% of these walls lie derelict. Their collapse eroded attacks our link to medieval life. Conservationists now train new generations in walling, not just to preserve boundaries, but to safeguard the language of landscapes written in gritstone and grit. Is it possible to walk the Pennine Way without treading on the ghosts of Vikings and monks? Insight. One minute. One minute. Right, let me just bear with me while I find where we're up to. Sorry about this. Right. Yes, the farming. No. Right. How many right? Is it possible to walk the Pennine Way without treading on the ghosts of Vikings and monks? Inside, the Pennine Way threads through valleys where Vikings grazed sheep and Cistercian monks built granges. Roman roads, now hiking trails, once carried pilgrims. Every step retraces roots of conquest, trade, and spiritual quest. The ghosts are not sceptical but historical in the lichen covered skillets. The place names for sheep breeds all whisper of a past that shapes the past present. To walk here is to transverse layers of time. How many generations of swallows have nestled in the field banks that now stand as silent? For insight, for centuries, swallows have returned to banks like Hailstone and Swinsdale, their nests wedged in stone reefs. These banks, once bustling with hay and cattle, now face decay as farming declines. Yet their silence is not empty. Barn owls hunt voles in their shadows, and swallows still dart through broken windows. Their survival hinges on efforts like the Yorkshire Dales Barn Club, which repairs roofs not for nostalgia but to sustain ecosystems intertwined with human history. Just the law of Agrarian Falls draw out the quiet desperations of over-tourism. Inside, the Falls funder draws 350,000 visitors yearly, straining village infrastructure, eroding riverbeds, parking lots overflow, and rare mosses vanish underfoot. Yet the falls also fund conservation entry fees, finance path repairs and education programmes. The challenge lies in harmonising all with accountability, ensuring the law remains a call to wonder, not a lament for lost tranquillity. Are the Gales peat bogs merely carbon sinks, or are they the Moorlands memory of the Ice Age? Insight. The peat bogs of Mill are living archives. Preserved within them are pollen grains from Ice Age to Iron and medieval sheep bones. The moss locks away carbon, but drainage for grazing has turned some into carbon enemies. Restoring them, blocking ditches, re-wetting the land is both ecological healing and an act of remembering, reconnecting the Gales to their glacial origins. What price do we pay when the click of a tourist camera replaces the clatter of a shepherd's crook? Insights. Tourism injects £700 million annually into the Gales economy. Yet traditional farming declines as sheep farms convert to holiday lets, dry stone walls crumble, and field barns empty. The price is cultural erosion, losing dialects, festivals, and the rhythm of Aegean life. Initiatives like Wensleydale Cheese Families aims to blend both worlds, proving that tourism can sustain, not supplement, the Gales' soul. Can a landscape shaped by glaciers and greed now be reshaped by sustainability and stewardship? Insights. The Gales bear scars from lead mining pollution and overgrazing erosion, yet projects like Wild Energale reintroduce beavers to manage floods, while Yorkshire Dale Millennium Trust plants native trees. Farmers adapt carbon-friendly practices, trading subsides for peatland grants. This shift from exploitation symbolism shows that stewardship can mend even a landscape fractured by industry if rooted in respect, not profit. Do the skies above Ribblegate Head Viaduct shine brighter on the viaduct and the ambitions of those who built it? The viaduct, a Victorian marvel, cost 100 lives during its 1874 construction. Its 24 arches lit by starlight symbolise human ambitions, duality, or inspiring yet perilous. Today it's a beacon for stargazers and historians alike. Its stones bearing witness to both engineering triumph and human sacrifices. The stars unchanged invite reflection on progression, price, and the fleeting nature of glory. If the dry stone walls could speak, would they tell of boundaries built or communities united? Insight. Walls divide land but unite people. Building them required neighbours to share labour, skill and knowledge. Folklore claims they follow lines, but their true magic lies in collaboration. A farmer's son is learning to lay the stones from his grandfather. The modern whaling competitions in Castlewell revive this spirit, proving that these stories are less about borders than bonds. Final reflection. The Yorkshire Dales ask us to listen not for answers but for the stories etched into limestone, the wisdom of walls and the balance between preserving and progressing. They remind us that landscapes are not static but dialogues between past and present, nature and humanity. What will our collaboration to this dialogue be? Closing thoughts, the eternal dialogue of the Yorkshire Dales. The Yorkshire Dales are more than a landscape, they are a living testament to the interplay of ice and stone, resilience and inspiration, memory and modernity. From the Viking built dry stone walls that stitch together the valleys to the glacial skies that whisper of ancient cattle, every inch of this land tells a story. It is a place where Masonic ambitions once viewed Europe's wool trade, where land miners toiled in shadowy gills, and where peat bogs cradle millennium of ecological memory. Yet the Dales also stand at a crossroads, where the footsteps of millions threaten to drown out the whispers of the past. The Dales' greatest lesson lies in their neutrality. They are both fragile and enduring, ancient and ever-changing. Their limestone pavement shaped over 300 million years can be shattered by a single misstep. Their dry stone walls, symbols of communal labour, crumble when neglected, but in their vulnerability lies their power to teach us humanity, to remind us that stewardship is not domination but partnership, inspiration from the land. To wander the Dales is to walk with giants of geology, history and spirit. Let these worlds guide your journey. In every walk with nature, one receives far more than he seeks. The Dales offer not just visits, but perspective. A reminder that we are all threads in a tapestry woven long before us. The past is never dead, it is not even past. Here, Roman roads become hiking trails, mosaic bridges inspire cheesemakers, and Viking walls still hold fast. History is not a relic, but a compass. We do not inherit the earth from our ancestors, we borrow it from our children. The Dales' future hinges on choices made today to rewind peat bogs, to tread lightly, to listen as much as we look. A call to wonder wisely. As the mist settles over Ribblehead Viaduct and the first skies pierce the Dales' dark skies, consider this. Landscapes like these are rare gifts. They ask not for admiration alone, but for allegiance, to protect their wildness, honour their stories, and ensure their silence is never drowned by carelessness. Go forth, but let your footprints be gentle. Seek beauty, but let it deepen your resolve to preserve it. For in the Yorkshire Dales, every stone, every stream, and every swallow's cry is a verse in an eternal song. One must strive to hear and to pass it on. Final words. The gales endure not despite time, but because of it. May we learn to move with that rhythm. And that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, now concludes this week's today's lesson of the Butterfly Princess Academy, where um where um of course, where curiosity takes flight and wisdom wears wings. I would like now to take this opportunity to thank everyone for joining me for today's lesson at the Academy, and I hope very much that you can join me again in the very near future for more lessons at the Academy, because don't forget we have lessons here at the Butterfly Princess Academy 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, and sometimes 6 days a week, depending on our monthly lessons. So I hope you can join me in the very near future. If you're new to the Academy, welcome. And if you're a regular attendee at the Academy, thank you for your ongoing support. It's very much appreciated. Thank you. Thanks very much for today. I will see you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.